Welcome to Roguecast, the official podcast of Rogues Gallery. We'll talk comics for the week, as well as whatever news is on our pop cultural radar. I'm Randy.
I'm Nick.
This is Dave.
And now, on with the show.
Welcome back to the Roguecast. It's rainy.
It is. Although, for a rainy day, it's just kind of muggy outside.
Yeah.
It's like a Dagobah day.
It is a Dagobah day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are not good days.
No. It's more. It rained. Then the heat dome kept the heat in, or whatever it is. It does, and so it just became a swamp.
So what I have heard, this comes from my wife in passing conversation, is that I was like, "Isn't it weird for it to rain in Texas in July?" And she's like, "No, July is the rainy season. It's just that we're usually Austin is under a heat dome. This year, apparently, we're not under the heat dome, and therefore it is raining."
Okay.
I don't know what the heat dome is. I thought Cobra was involved in it somehow, and that they like set them up in South American countries. Isn't that heat domes?
You might be thinking of the Terror Drome.
That's what I was thinking of. So how do terror drones interact with rain?
I don't think they do.
Oh, okay. All right.
Randy, that's the Weather Dominator.
Yeah, the Weather Dominator is there.
I thought you knew the Joes.
I guess I don't.
And instead, you're as dumb as a dreadnought.
I think that should be a saying.
Dumb as a
dreadnought.
I think that's that's a good saying.
We'll get you a shirt.
Yeah. But also,
who's the guy who wrote the G.I. Joe treatment we talked about last week?
Oh, that's
the comedian
guy I don't like. Yeah.
Eastbound and Down guy.
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride. He's dumb as a dreadnought. And we know pitch a dreadnought movie.
Yes.
And he's richer than all.
By the way, okay, Nick, this isn't about money.
A lot of dumb people are rich, Nick. I can give you a list.
Right. But also, we have to show respect to the dreadnoughts. They're cool.
Respect the dreadnoughts, right. You might be dumb, but you do know a good grape soda and a chocolate donut when you see one.
It's their thing.
Also, Road Pig, didn't he build that whole thunder machine? You got some kind of brain.
That's not Road Pig. Road Pig is the dumb one who carries a cinder block hammer.
My mistake. See, I'm dumb as a dreadnought.
Who drives the thunder machine?
God.
See? Road Pig.
No.
I mean, you can be forgiven, Randy. He has the word road in his name. You're like, this guy probably
Road
drives.
Pig and vehicle. It makes sense.
Thrasher.
Yeah.
That's a dumb name. Road Pig's better. Road Pig should beat up Thrasher and take his thunder machine.
Thrasher should thrash on a skateboard.
Yes. Thrasher should thrash on a skateboard.
Right there in his name.
Yeah. Like Night Thrasher.
I mean, you can only do so many cool sounding heavy metal names.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying, that's a waste of a good name. Road Pig should be a driver.
He thrashes stuff, though. He will thrash you.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, Thrasher's got to be at least half smart. He built a thunder machine.
Yeah.
He's
probably more like a savant.
Yeah, and he's a savant. He can just build road machines. He can build this one car over and over again.
He's like the kid who gets killed in Fast and the Furious, who was like building all the cars.
Was there a kid who gets killed in the Fast and Furious who was building all the cars?
In the first one, he was like one of the young guys.
That sounds like the dude who used to work on Batman's Batmobile, the Hunchback.
Oh, Harold the Hunchback.
Harold, yeah. Do people know about Harold these days?
I don't know that they do,
Listeners,
Dave, but
are you familiar with Harold?
I don't think they are.
Harold the Hunchback was an Alan Grant character.
Yeah, it was in the early 90s.
Yes,
because they adapted into it showed up in one episode of Batman the Animated Series.
Yes,
they did a sort of thing on it. But basically, I think it was at a time when they decided, let's sort of build out a little Batman lore.
Yep,
and it was like, this is the guy who specifically works on. He was a
mute hunchback who was like a savant who Batman met on the streets and then brought him into his cave. Yeah. And it's a little creepy if you think about it. Yeah. He just kidnapped this poor guy off the street and had him work on all his toys.
I'm sure that he was provided for.
Sure, Alfred would bring him sandwiches, I'm sure.
Once every 2 weeks,
as long as the Batmobile keeps running. Yeah. Otherwise, Harold, no food for you.
What does Harold do now that Alfred's dead?
I think Harold's gone. I think he probably starved when Alfred died.
You think Nightwing maybe called up Batman at some point and he's like, well, it's been good talking to you, Bruce, but he's like, by the way, how's Harold doing?
How's Harold?
And he's like, that's the guy that Alfred used to take care of, and he's like, oh,
he's fine. I'm just saying,
in fact, not fine.
We haven't seen him in a while.
Still hunchbacking.
Yeah, still hunchbacking.
His bones are.
Bit of house cleaning. Now housekeeping rather. Next week there will be no podcast. I am taking a vacation.
Yep. Randy is fleeing the country for a well-deserved rest.
Yeah. Fleeing the state.
Not
fleeing the country.
Randy, I try to make these things dramatic.
Sorry. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to LA. I'm going to Disneyland.
Yep. You are going to see something that I am like most wanting to see, which is the Star Wars stuff.
I have been wanting to go to Star Wars Galaxy since they opened it. I've never been. I'm very excited.
You're gonna build a lightsaber?
I might build a lightsaber.
Yeah.
I know it's expensive, but I might do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, hell yeah! If you're
Is
gonna
it
go
like
there,
$100, $200?
oh no, it's like $250.
It's ridiculous amounts of money.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
I mean, that's like a once in a like,
Sure.
It's true. It's true.
I don't really need a lightsaber, but the building ceremony
Well, what
seems
if the
kind of fun.
dark side rises up again?
Oh,
What if
that's a
the
good
Sith-
point.
You could either build a lightsaber or you could build a droid.
I know the droid's more expensive too, though, right?
I thought the droids were cheaper.
Are they? Okay, I don't know.
Are
We'll
they
see.
baby droids?
Yeah,
They're
little
little
baby
baby
droids.
droids.
Okay, little baby R2s, right? Like
But then they interact with the park,
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
sneaky.
yeah.
The
I
sneaky
am.
bastards.
It is fairly likely I come back with a lightsaber and or a droid.
So if you're a Sith looking to face off against a newly fledged Jedi,
Yeah,
Randy will be back in a few weeks.
that's right.
You know, Randy might be a Sith. He could build an evil lightsaber.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
You know, one of my favorites still is Kylo Ren's lightsaber.
It's
I like
very
it because
cool.
it's like a hand. What do they call like a two-hander sword?
Yeah, yeah.
My favorite is a Saws of Interest. I like the curved.
Those
That's
are
cool.
dum-dum swords.
You know, the thing about
You're a dum dum.
the thing about Kylo Ren's blade is it looks like something like a meth Sith would build. 'Cause it's got the two fiery things at the side.
Yeah.
It's like, did you not finish the containment? Shut up, Mom! Build me a lightsaber.
Randy, you know, in like old cartoons when people get mad and fire comes out their ears?
Yeah, it's that.
It's like the lightsaber version of that.
It's
He's
so
like,
much
this is how
rage.
much, despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in the cage. That's his
Now
sword
you
equivalent.
can never unsee it.
Nope.
You'll see
Nope.
fire coming out.
I want
of-
somebody to like cheesily superimpose his face at the hilt so that he's like, oh,
And it's like straight. It's when he gets so mad that Luke's a hologram.
no one takes me serious.
Vader's my grandpa.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
It's going to be one of those podcasts.
gonna be one of those podcasts. We want people to really sustain the 2 weeks. Be like, oh, I need to hear this from those idiots for another week.
We need to drive them away.
Gaming wise, we got it's a lot of it is RPG stuff this week, including an RPG I don't think anybody saw coming. We'll get to that.
Okay.
But Pathfinder has a new board game.
Yep.
That is, it looks like basically almost like their Gloomhaven.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
build
it's
you make.
not, I thought it was an update of that Pathfinder card game we played.
No, it is. You make a character, you take ancestry background classes, get you skills, and then you fight off the undead horde.
Oh.
And it's multiple sessions.
That's
So
very cool.
it is very much like a Gloomhaven for Pathfinder.
Well, character creation is always fun. Pathfinder has a great lore background stuff, so that sounds quite cool.
They also have a lore book called The High Seas that is about the pirates and Red Mantis assassins.
From
and some
pirates
other
to
stuff.
corsairs to swashbucklers
and underwater regions.
and underwater regions.
Yep. Star Wars Unlimited came out with their newest. That's the card game.
Yep.
Came out with its fifth set.
I think fifth
Oh, I
set.
feel like
Yeah.
they're like at least
Ashes of the Empire, which is content from the Battle of Endor and its aftermath.
Oh, okay, cool,
So,
cool.
yeah,
Is
so-
that's like Mando times.
Getting to it, I think.
Right.
Yeah, I bet Mando's in there.
Yeah.
But interesting setting. This
the
is the
Ewoks need their day too.
Smurfs RPG starter box is what I was
Speaking of
referring to
Ewoks,
earlier.
Yes.
If you ever want to play in the world of the Smurfs, this box has everything you need.
I'm curious. Like, is it based on any existing system we know?
I don't think so. I feel like it is Renegade Studios who does the Transformers and G.I. Joe, but I don't think it's compatible. Oh, no, it's Asmodee that does it. So it's a company, I don't know who does it. Maestro Media, maybe?
Okay. We were talking about this off mic a few days ago.
Yep.
I was obsessive about the Smurfs as a kid.
Sure.
I think part of what was like, I mean, aside from the fact that there was a big media saturation in the early 80s for
Yep.
them, and they had those little plastic toys you could get them all the different Smurfs,
Yep.
which I got at Michael's. That's where I went as a kid.
I got some from whatever craft store my mom used to go to, yeah.
Yeah. It was a rare case of a toy that you got at a craft store instead of like the toy stores.
Right. It's a treat you got when your mom dragged you out to get yarn or whatever
Yes,
other things.
yes. You're like, thank you, Smurfs, you've rescued me.
My mom was making a macrame owl, and I got a Smurf.
But one of the things I liked about it too, as a kid who was starting to get interested in fantasy, this was sometimes the closest I could come because Smurfs is originally set in a medieval time.
Right.
They had some friends who's like a prince and stuff like that. Gargamel's like a little evil, like alchemist man. And I guess in all the recent movies, it's been basically the Smurfs come out of their forest, and it's the modern times, and they sing a Rihanna song.
And it's wacky.
And it's
I think
wacky.
Neil Patrick Harris is involved.
Yeah, always Neil Patrick Harris is involved.
Yeah.
But I'm not besmirching.
Besmurfing.
That if that's your
They're from
entry
Belgium,
point.
right?
I think that is correct. I think because my brother and sister took French throughout high school.
Okay.
And one of the things, just same way you would get Asterix comics to read in French and like sort of learn from them. There's also Smurf comics, and they're called in their native tongue Les Schtroumpfs.
Ah, yes. I was looking up. They were created in 1958 by Peyo,
Yep, that's what just Peyo.
the pen name of Pierre Colliford,
I never knew the full name.
and they were known as Les Schtroumpfs.
Yep.
Yep.
It's true. You know
Sounds
what?
like a strudel.
People are often
the
looking
Smurfs.
for.
So
That's how Gargamel thinks of them.
I'm sure.
there are more than 100 Smurf characters.
Oh, that makes sense.
Their names are based on adjectives that emphasize their characteristics, such as
the
Jokey Smurf.
Pokemon Randy comes up with 100 every week.
It's true.
So
They also wear Phrygian caps, which came to represent freedom during the modern era,
wait, what
I guess.
is it?
Yep, I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Also, the original work was called The Flute with Six Holes, which sounds dirtier than it should be.
That's interesting. I do remember that they did there used to be like a little Smurfs movie called The Smurfs and the Magic Flute, which I assumed was a tie-in to the Mozart story, sort of vaguely.
But I guess maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Dave, should they do a gritty fantasy remake of the Smurfs, like Game of Thrones style?
Sure, let's just ask AI to do it.
In the Smurf of Thrones, you Smurf or you die.
But, people are always looking for like good starter RPGs.
This is a great all-ages starter.
And I feel like this is a good one for that.
If you want to fight evil cats and their wizard,
Yep.
Or evil wizards
and I
and
don't know
their
what else
cats.
is in there. Like there could be like goblins that are in the woods.
there could be, I don't know. I just know Gargamel.
Maybe there's a Smurf uprising.
What's Gargamel's cat's name?
Azrael.
Ezreal. Yeah. Oh,
Jesus, Randy, I thought you knew the basics.
Is that where John Paul Valley got the name?
Yes.
He was a big Smurf fan.
Actually, I was literally having this discussion the other day and just trying to remember, is Azrael like an angel?
Ezreal's like a
He's
fallen
an
angel,
angel,
yes.
yes.
Yeah. So the cat is named after a fallen angel. That's pretty deep for a kid's book, by the way.
Pretty deep, yeah.
Yeah. We have a couple of small games. There's like $10 or $12. Game called Cat Trick, which is a trick-taking game where your kitten's obsessed with toys.
Delightful.
Top Drop, which is a co-op card game where you're organizing number cards into a pile, sometimes climbing up, sometimes dropping down, and you want to master the timing to get rid of the numbers.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Cosmo, where you are building your best poker hand by strategically recruiting the perfect crew for your mission to Mars.
Okay.
You draw cards from any of 6 decks. Some cards are visible, others are hidden. Can you be sure the others will end up with a better crew than you?
So, Randy, you thinking like the pitch room for this one, they're like, you like poker? You like space shit?
Yeah.
Guess what?
That's it. And then Bandito Alcatraz. This is a co-op card game about helping the charming bandit escape Alcatraz.
I like it.
He needs help and the right equipment to make it off the rock.
Subversive. I like
It's also a 10th anniversary
Actually, you know
edition.
what? I'm surprised that there hasn't been like more like Prison Escape is like a movie genre.
Yep.
And I feel like you could do almost like a little worker placement thing where it's like, well, this guy's working on the tunnel, this guy's getting stuff to bribe the guards or the warden or whatever.
There is a
Shawshank the Game.
There is an
Good times.
old game that my friends and I played in Colorado when I went back there about 10 years ago, called Escape from Colditz.
From what?
Escape from Colditz, which is a German prison during the war.
Oh,
World War
okay.
II. And it is that.
Oh, it's like
but
The Great Escape?
This is all like, what's weird is like, this is like a Monopoly style game. Like it looks like that kind of game,
Yeah.
but it's got more sophisticated gameplay, but it's an older game.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're prisoners. You're trying to like gather up enough rope to climb the wall,
Okay.
distract the guards, make sure the lights aren't on. It was kind of a fun in that vein.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was a TV show that ran for like 6 seasons.
Prison Break.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually, Nick, I have the map of a prison on my back just in case I get thrown in prison.
That's small compared to what he did.
Yes,
This is his
yeah.
entire body.
His entire body had the prison, yeah. He got himself caught, went in to save his brother, and then somehow they did multiple seasons of a movie, of a show about them breaking out of prisons.
Yep. So wait a second. So he had this tattooed on his body, but like, was it obvious? Like, could you just
No.
look at his arm and be
It
like,
was-
that's
it was
the
a
east
ser-
wing of the prison?
It was a series of tattoos that had things inside them that were like the
Like
pathways.
clever puzzles and
Clever
stuff.
puzzles
Yes.
and stuff.
Oh. I mean,
Dave, I do love the idea of the guards like, do you have the East Wing tattooed on your arm?
No, that's an abstract series of vertical
It's a
lines.
butterfly. What do you see?
You crazy man.
I always thought it was funny that it was Captain Cold and Heatwave.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep. And they were brothers.
Listen, I like the idea of a slightly Da Vinci Code-ish puzzle-solving prison escape thing. I'm sure that's what it was.
This was coming off of 24.
It was good for 2 seasons, and the rest of it was just kind of wonky.
I watched an episode and I was like, "This is not for me."
It was entertaining.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
We have HeroClix' new set, the Fight for Gotham City, which also has a little bat robot mini you can get.
Bat robot.
Yeah. Like the Kingdom Come bat robot.
Oh, yeah. The thing that was like a transformer where the whole ass gothic Batmobile turned into a giant Optimus Prime type bat robot.
That kind of thing, yes.
Yeah. That's above and beyond. See, I hear Bat Robot, I think of the 1950s when he's like, I've got to show Julie Madison that I'm not the Batman. I'll use a bat robot.
It's not a Bruce Wayne bot.
Yeah, no. Okay.
It's one of those hulking...
Much cooler, yes.
The Bruce Wayne bot is malfunctioning and is chewing on cigars without lighting them. Then we got from a company called Son of Oak that has been doing sort of indie RPGs for a while now. They do these really beautiful full-color books. Mm-hmm. We got all their stuff in stock, so we are now one of the few stores in town carrying them. One of their books is called Otherscape, which is a fantasy cyberpunk game. So think a little bit of Shadowrunning.
Yeah, okay.
But it's like you may be working for like gods. I think the Egyptian gods were involved somehow.
Okay.
And then we have the Tokyo setting book of that, which says rogue AIs, nanotech disasters, greedy Zaibatsus, and Yakuza intertwined with Oni, Kami, Yokai, Omanyanye, and other supernatural beings of Japanese legend. And I'm like, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
We've got the Legends in the Mist, which is their narrative RPG for fantasy that says it's supposed to feel like a fireside story.
Yep.
With heartfelt moments, exciting conflicts, and gasp-worthy character-altering consequences.
Okay.
And we got their setting book for that called Hearts of Ravensdale.
You said gasp-worthy, not gas-worthy.
Gasp-worthy.
Okay.
But maybe gas-worthy. Like you have to drive to your friend's place or you have to fart.
Yes, one of those two things. One of those things is better than the other.
And then City of Mist, which is their first...
fart-worthy game.
City of Mist, which is their first game, which is sort of a urban adventure superhero-y kind of thing.
You know, these, for whatever reason, the algorithm has been... I look at Kickstarters for RPG stuff a fair amount, so Facebook knows it, and so I get ads. And City of Mist has been popping up in the last couple weeks.
These guys have a heavy promotion,
and I do want to like kind of like poke in and see what the system is like. I feel like
it's a little bit.
It looks kind of cool.
It says you investigate unsolved cases and uncover the story of city residents and confront the hidden forces pulling the strings from beyond the veil of the mist. So it's a little bit sort of X-Files-y conspiracy. Superheroes, but you're more like the Phantom and that kind of stuff.
If they have stuff, like you said, that makes it sound like it's not just like, what's our slightly different combat system, but also let's have some emotional moments, let's have some big triumphant moments or whatever, heartfelt moments or whatever.
Yep.
It's cool if a game can produce that, so I want to read up and see how they do that.
Yeah, there's a player's guide. There's what they call the Master of Ceremonies, which is their name for the game master.
Yeah.
They have books for both of them. There's a starter box that has like pre-gen characters, and we know the art of the pre-gen characters is really nice.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I think I can mention this because there's no way it's going to trickle down to her, but I'm running this Labyrinth game as a surprise for a friend coming up.
Yep.
In that one, if you are the GM, you are the Goblin King. That's what they call you.
Pretty good. And then we have 2 books from them, Local Legends and Knights of Paintown, which is further exploration of bad guys and settings and that kind of stuff.
Knights of Paintown.
Pain, Payne.
Oh, okay.
Like Major Pain.
Okay.
I assume.
Glad to see that license getting picked up.
Anyway, this all looks super cool. Their art looks really great. The gameplay seems to be sort of...
Do they have a starter set, too?
They do. The City Mist is a starter set, yeah. But worth a look if you're looking for a new fantasy, cyberpunk, or superhero game.
Yeah. All right. Basically, you learn the basics on one of them, and you can play the others.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Let's talk comics. It is a big week.
There's some fun stuff in there. Some good surprises.
Lots of indie stuff this week.
Yeah.
So let's start with Sonic the Hedgehog versus Godzilla. Or Times Godzilla.
This was fun, and I'm gonna bounce a question at y'all in a minute. That's about Sonic.
Crossover with everything.
He is. Yep. So is Godzilla.
That's true.
That's true. But you know what? They've been pretty good.
Yeah.
If in olden times, there was no way this would be good.
No.
But now, I don't know if the writer on this is like the one who did the Sonic.
It's
DC
not.
one.
It's somebody else, but he's also a Sonic writer.
I assume he's in there. Now, Randy, you did point out something to me interesting that's I read knowing this, which is that the big G-Man may not himself show in this one.
Godzilla himself is not in the first issue.
100% two other kaijus that come in and they're fighting mad.
Yep.
So you're getting big kaiju action. These are super well-known characters, and it's fun stuff. Was it Dr. Eggman?
Dr. Robotnik.
Dr. Robotnik, a.k.a. Is he Eggman or Dr. Eggman?
He's
Dr. Eggman.
Oh, is he Dr. Eggman? I thought he was Dr. Robotnik, a.k.a. Eggman.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of
I thought Eggman was what Sonic called him, because he looks like an egg.
Sure.
He's
But I don't know
he's
Sonic.
looking to try and, find a way to manipulate this. And there's an interesting thing where there might be a connection between one of the kaiju and is it Amy?
I believe so.
Yeah, Amy calls him Eggman, but not Dr. Eggman.
There we go.
She says, Eggman, what kind of freaky robot thing have you manufactured this time?
It's now we're learning something. We've learned something. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's another fun one. I think this will just continue to be a fun one, but you do get to see them kind of having to be like rescue operation the same way Justice League sometimes does, as kaiju terrorize whatever you call Sonic Town,
Ring City.
Ring City. Okay.
I made that up. Station Square is apparently what it's called. Okay. I don't know if that's a city. It's just the place they're at.
Ring City sounds better.
Ring City.
Yeah, I would have bought it 100%.
I know. But then people would have been like, it's not called Ring City.
Yeah.
We got angry emails.
Oh, yeah, no. They're wise to let the writers be people who are not guessing like us.
You don't think we could write a really good Sonic and Godzilla story?
I'm pretty sure. So here's my question.
Yep.
At some point, Tails shows up, and Tails is in like a little biplane.
Yeah.
That's like clearly like his cool biplane.
Yes.
And I'm like, how does this work into the games? I thought they were, not always, but I thought they were mostly still 2D side-scrolly type games. And like, how could you be flying a plane around in that?
I don't know.
Are they still 2D?
I have no idea.
Or do they?
I think they
are they fully 3D?
I think they made the leap.
I've for sure seen that they've done ones before, but I thought the heart of it was still that they just went back and just did better graphic.
Right now, there's a Sonic fan banging their head against the desk.
Yes,
telling us to shut up.
He is describing the state of the art as it was in 1996.
And that is correct. That is when I last played the Sonic game.
I think the last Sonic game I played was on a Game Gear.
Anyway. I thought it was cool that Tails had a plane.
I'm glad that biplanes are getting some exposure and some representation.
Yeah, you know what? They were in that last Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah,
they're in this.
Yeah,
they're in everything.
Also, I didn't know planes could be gay, let alone bi.
What are we talking about?
Biplanes.
I see, because the bi part.
Like the Bi Beast is canonically bisexual, right?
People don't know who Bi Beast is, Randy. We're just confused.
Somebody knows who Bi Beast is.
They better.
Man, you had to have there's no way they actually read comics with him. They had to have just read an entry on him in the
Hey, Russell, do you know who the Bi Beast is?
There's no... Russell has some deep knowledge. He might.
I bet Russell knows who the Bi Beast is.
All right. Well, we'll get back to us, Russell.
He will. All right. Dark Knights of Steel 2. This is the sequel from Tom Taylor and Otto Schmidt. Not the original artist. I think Otto Schmidt was the artist on DC versus Vampires, right?
He was.
Yes.
And... they actually did a side sequel that was called All Winter.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Deathstroke the Mercenary Barbarian.
Yep. Which I really liked.
Featuring Batman.
And Taylor didn't write that one. He wrote the backup stories.
Yeah, he wrote the backup stories.
That's impressive that the world is doing okay without him supervising every bit of it. But it's their DC fantasy Game of Thrones-ish thing. It's very much relying on the different houses.
The first one sort of wrapped with the L's, a big secret about Bruce Wayne, the House of L being sort of the war between the kingdoms stopping.
Yep.
And so now they're trying to build on this peace, but there's surprisingly some kind of sinister person
treachery
who wants there to be war again.
There's treachery afoot.
There is, I think we would describe a Joffrey-esque child.
Yep.
There's a new player in there, and they come from underwater. I'm not going to give any more hints, but you already know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yep.
But exactly what he's getting up to is interesting. Basically, this is another good start to these. Tom Taylor knows how to do these kind of Elseworldsy things.
He does.
He made his name on originally on what was the DC fighting
Injustice.
game? On the Injustice alternate world, and then he's done Deceased. That's one of the big ones, and several other things like that. So he knows how to do these kind of things. If you want to see some DC characters with swords and magic and stuff like that, like Amanda Waller is like General Waller, and you better believe she's a duplicitous general.
Yes.
They carry over whatever they're usually what you kind of know of them from the lore.
Harley Quinn is the court jester.
Yep. It's pretty clever.
Yeah. There's another Punisher Amazing Spider-Man miniseries. This is because Punisher's going to be in the movie.
Yep.
They're doing several of these. This one is sort of a flashback. It takes place in the early days of Punisher and Spidey running into each other.
Yep.
Written by Dan Abnett. Art by Matteo Delafonte. The art is gorgeous.
Yeah,
it really
it's kind of
is.
cool. Punisher is drawn. Somebody did a retro bit of Punisher art recently where he had like the kind of more intense widow's peak hair that he did in the old days. But I thought it looked a little cheesy. Maybe it's the Dan Slott thing recently. He did the other one.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I like the writing on it pretty well, but I was like, the Punisher looks kind of too old-timey. Here, I think he looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
He looks like a little bit like some of the painted art covers of there's one in particular that was like even before the Mike Zeck art where he was like in a Marvel premiere, one of those magazine sites things that would have painted covers.
Yeah.
And he was like, it would look like it was their homage to like the Destroyer or one of those, was it Mac Bolan, whatever, Executioner, those other 70s pulp novels.
Yeah.
But he looks cool in this. It is about Spider-Man and him kind of having a grudging mutual respect in the early days, while at the same time, neither of them kind of really wanting to sort of forgive the other for the way they operate.
And it's all about how they mash up and gel.
But Dan Abnett does introduce some new bits of lore in there. Like, there's some new villains and things like that. Yep. You find out some more stuff about how Punisher operates. And
it felt like a Punisher villain by way of Garth Ennis.
Yeah, it kind of does.
A little bit.
But also, and I was here for it. But I thought it was great.
He also feels like a 70s Spider-Man villain from Jerry Conway. Like, that very much the kind of thing Conway would have done.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the new villain. I thought that was really fun.
And yeah, they're doing some fun stuff with Spidey and Punisher interacting.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's fair to mention this because it's not too big a secret, but there's a scene in it where Johnny Storm, Spider-Man's generally often his best bud,
Well, they have a rivalry.
Yeah, not quite frenemies, but a rivalry thing.
Yeah.
But basically, he's kind of like, oh, I hear the Punisher is your new buddy now. Like, you down with the Killing Pete? What's going on? And they have a kind of a fun heart-to-heart, which is a little serious and sometimes not always serious. But it was well written. I always feel like Dan Abnett has done his homework.
Punisher is all about the mercy bullets. I don't know what you're talking about.
Back in those days.
Yes, the mercy bullets. That's definitely a thing. We have another one-shot from the world of Last Ronin called Training Day. Dave, your sign described this, and I thought it was interesting. It's like, isn't the Last Ronin turtle training the daughter of Casey and April?
Yep, and it's a side story from the original one. This slots into the original one.
Okay.
Apparently, because I haven't read it. Apparently, there's some part where daughter of April and Casey must be trained. It'd be like to fight the Shredder or something like that. And like literally, he has like 1 day to train, and does some kind of like. Well, I don't know what he does. He does some crazy shit to try and get her trained up to be able to pull it off. I don't know if it's mystical in nature. I don't know if this is a intense Rocky training montage.
I assume it's like the movie Training Day, and he makes her smoke crack rock.
Oh my goodness! But that sounded like kind of a cool idea.
It is a dark future. So,
yeah,
I mean that would make sense.
Yep.
But as I do stories with training in them. Thank you, Rocky. That's forever burned into my brain because of good Rocky movies. This sounds fun.
From Oni, we have Super Mondo Mega Mutts. If you remember when TMNT was first popular, and people probably don't remember because that was a long time ago, and we're all old.
Yeah.
But
there was a lot of spin-offs, homages, rip
parodies.
Yes.
With adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters.
Yep.
So this seems like something in that vein.
Yep.
But it is it's like R-rated.
Yeah. Oni wanted to have the swears and have some fun with it. Basically, I think probably also reflecting a little bit those earliest TMNT things. Well, they didn't swear in them. Everybody knows the violence was a little more intense in the early days, and it was a little grittier.
There's also motorcycles and monster trucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have a yen for Saturday morning type fun, but with some adult edge to it, then you might say the name?
Super Mondo Mega Mutts.
Super Mondo Mega Mutts.
It does feel like
they tell you what the different dogs are in them.
The art is really good.
Yeah.
By Juan Gadon.
From Dark Horse and David Dasmalchian, we have Kingdom of Earth.
This was sort of a surprise pick for me this week. It's a sort of a apocalyptic future set in the year 2036. after sort of monsters of like cryptid type monsters have taken over the world. Yeah. And it actually begins with this rather dark sequence, but what's important about it is like sort of one of the monster lieutenants is like in trouble with boss monsters.
Yeah, I mean, like the human race is used as cattle. It's like meat and all this other stuff. So it's a little dark, but it's intriguing ideas. I thought were executed really
good
well
in this. Like that.
And it's got a big thing for you, Dave, because it has a hodag.
Yes, the hodag. The God, I'm gonna suddenly blank on what that's the cryptid of. Shit, I suddenly can't remember. Randy, do you mind looking up what the hodag is native to?
Yeah,
it's like the New Hampshire hodag or whatever it is. But there's
Wisconsin, perhaps.
That sounds maybe
yes.
right. Yeah,
Hodag Honda is a Honda dealer in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. So
Rhinelander does ring a bell as the place where it is.
Hodag Honda.
Yep. Anyway, this has a little bit of like kind of a darker energy of like how, in old G.I. Joe cartoons, how Cobra had their like infighting.
Yeah.
This reminded me of like a kind of a somewhat more sophisticated take on that. But it is a world of monsters. And but there is also like a person who's clearly kind of going to play a major role. They're a person who's sort of escaped captivity. It's like basically you escape being food for monsters and is going to possibly ally with one of them.
Yeah.
There's a question of exactly what's going on. When you get to the back of the book, they have a little thing, so their own little text page called the Codex Obscura, and they show you some of the monsters of the issue, and they kind of tell you it has like territory, and this is like the territory of the apocalyptic future. So there's like the northern and western territories of the U.S.
I like they also tease some outlines.
For upcoming ones. Yep,
and I'm like,
it's cool. But yeah, the two ones they do are the Ozark Howler and a Dark Watcher, as sort of a Shadow Man kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, David Dastmalchian, people mostly know him as an actor.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was,
but he's written a fair amount of comics.
But he's like clearly one of those. I am a true nerd. I'm not like some poser. He like loves the stuff.
He was an Ant-Man, or all the Ant-Mans.
What's that?
He was in the Ant-Man movies.
Who was he?
He's the Russian dude.
He's the Russian guy.
And yes, right, yeah. Basically, I found out once I knew who he was. It was weird to go back and see him in things, and I was like, "Oh shit, that was him all along."
He's in a bunch of things.
He's in Dune.
He's
in Dune. I think he plays M. Bison in the newer Street Fighter.
That is correct. He will be M. Bison.
I like to have merged what you just said. He's like playing M. Bison in Dune.
In Dune. Yeah, he's not in the movie. He just kept showing up at the set like Sean Young as Catwoman.
Paul Atreides may think that he can take on all comers, but he wasn't ready for Bison's Psycho Force.
But he was in that great horror movie. Why am I blanking on its name? Where it was like Late Night Johnny Carson.
Yeah, Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah. Late Night with the Devil. Yep. There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't seen him in his acting stuff, that's good too.
Yep.
But anyway, Kingdom of Earth, I think it's worth your time. I think I'm going to probably put my pick on it this week.
Grendel has a new book called Devil's Crucible Sedition. This is Matt Wagner's post-apocalyptic.
Vampires have taken over
everything. Grendel is a long-running hero criminal thing that he's been writing. I don't know at this point, if you haven't read it, if this might just be gibberish to you.
I mean, I have not read a ton of Grendel. I read a lot of the Hunter Rose stuff.
Yeah.
So I did not read a lot of Grendel Prime and this new Grendel. I actually found a lot of what was in here really interesting and intriguing. Yeah. The world, this post-apocalyptic world
look at that
is pretty cool, if not dark and depressing.
It is, yeah. Well, the vampires have taken over and they're just using people as food.
And this new Grendel, I forget what they call
Christine
her.
Spar. She is the second Grendel.
She's a really interesting, and she's got some baggage and some differences from previous.
For those who know Grendel, she has been cloned in the future by Grendel Prime.
Oh, okay.
Because she was the second Grendel after Hunter Rose.
See, I was not aware of her. So the way they introduced them through sort of a checkpoint as they're going through,
it's some good
I was
action.
like, oh, this is really cool.
And Matt Wagner continues to be a great artist.
Yeah, I just always like looking in on his art.
And his son is now doing all the coloring.
But yeah, if you've never read Grendel, when I jumped on Grendel, it had just come back in the early or the late 90s, maybe early 90s. And they were doing the sort of post-apocalyptic Grendel Prime stuff. And I jumped in that having never read any of the other Grendel because it was impossible to find.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I still really enjoyed it. And I've since gone back and read everything else. But you can jump into Grendel at any point, and it's really fun. I recommend it.
I agree.
Terry Moore has a one-shot called Fear of Death, which is basically Rachel Rising #0. Rachel Rising is his immortal killer girl story.
Yep.
And this has, as usual, really spectacular artwork for more.
Is that the one that was like she died in a swamp or
something like that? Yes.
And she came back.
Something like that.
Yeah. In maybe the weirdest book I've read this week, maybe this month, maybe this year, there's a book from Bad Idea by Joshua Dysart and Kevin McGuire called Banana Number 1.
Yeah. Please go Google Banana Number 1 comic right now and just see the cover. The cover and the weird art of any age or any.
But this is like a weird sci-fi spy book, right?
It's like a social commentary spy, Austin Powers-esque, tongue-in-cheek thing.
To make clear, it is about a banana man.
A humanoid banana man. Yeah. He's part of the Banana Army.
Yep.
Which is a spec ops unit.
He is a true banana person.
Yes.
It is also drawn by Kevin McGuire, the iconic artist of Justice League International and various other kind of humor superhero stuff.
I was going to pass reading this one up until I saw that he was involved, and I was like, well, damn it. And
Nick, did you have a fun time with this?
I did. I thought it was entertaining, and McGuire can draw the hell out of anything.
If you are a weirdo who likes weirdo comics, you might like this.
It's true.
Yep. Speaking of weirdo comics, Ignition Press has a Cy Spurrier and Mike Dowling book called Minotaur. Nick, I know you were into this one.
Yeah, I thought this was a pleasant surprise about basically an AI singularity that was about to begin.
Like in the 90s?
In the 90s, and it was immediately shut down, but kind of like tendrils of it has gotten out and sort of changed the world. And this follows
so there's some sort of like weird, like it's like there's monsters or there's something.
There's like weird monsters and events and kind of chaos.
Is there any obvious bridge like how a singularity, which is generally that's when you get like super smart AI, right?
Yeah.
How that has made it so that like there's weird monsters and stuff. Like, is it like nanotech or what's happening?
I have no idea.
It's a mystery.
There are drones. I see drones.
Yep, I do see some drones. But a drone is not like a ghost monster and stuff.
Is it not?
No.
Oh.
No, you could put a sheet over it, but it's going to have trouble flying.
Oh. So I shouldn't be as scared of drones as I am.
No.
Okay.
But this...
Randy sees a drone, he's like,
it's a ghost! That explains how you get those looks.
But the book follows a photographer who's working for who has like a blog that sort of is chronicling all this.
So it very much is the 90s.
Yeah, it very much is the 90s. But I really enjoyed it. I thought the art was really pretty. It was
the art is
worth
super good in this.
Cy Spurrier, it's a Cy Spurrier week.
It is.
Yeah.
We don't have a name for those, but he also has a book from Distillery called A Mischief of Magpies. Dave, you read this one, right? Or flipped through it?
I flipped through it.
You made a sign for it.
I made a sign for it.
What's it about?
I understood it to be about someone who, a kid who in his dreams finds himself projecting into some sort of alternate world that's like got like an endless weird nighttime ocean, like it's always night. So I think
it's like a play on Little Nemo,
and there are like not even remotely.
Okay, all right.
It is more like weird and apocalyptic because there's like a city-sized boat that people are on. So I don't know if he's like traveling to some world that actually exists, but it's not like a flight of fancy thing. I get the impression it's more of like almost sort of weird dystopian, but maybe beautiful. I don't know. I can't quite tell from the description. It looks like it is told in what I would call the epistolary format, like Dracula, which is to say letters and journals and things. Okay. There is comics in here too, but it's there's a number of things that are kind of like text piece formatted as well, and that are like I said, journals and letters. It does look interesting. I read a few pages of it, and I'm intrigued enough to look at it a little bit closer later on.
There's a new Nightmare Before Christmas comic called All Hail the Pumpkin King. This takes place, the pitch is pretty easy on this one. It is the first Halloween that Jack is the Pumpkin King.
Right. I believe it chronicles a rivalry with Oogie-Boogie.
Although it sounds like maybe at the beginning of this, they're sort of friends. He's going to scare up an old friend.
Deluxe
but this is the beginning of the Oogie-Boogie rivalry.
Right.
So yeah, for those who like Nightmare Before Christmas,
things where you're probably a lot of us I think could read something like that and you'll see yourself in it and be like, this is like when I met Oogie-Boogie.
Right. Or this is the Oogie-Boogie of my life.
Yes.
It's fun like for me, drones are my Oogie-Boogie.
Right.
Yeah. We have Mr. Nemo from Mad Cave. This was an interesting one to me, I thought. This is Nemo of the what is it? 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
Yep.
Reimagined as sort of an anti-conspiracy I don't know, leader of a resistance kind of thing. Basically, this starts with a woman who is working for like the CIA or NSA or something like that. Oh, Naval Intelligence. She's sort of getting links on sort of this terrorist group.
It is a rethink of, by the way, of it. It's not like meant to be like the. I'm not going to say historical because Captain Nemo's not a real person,
right.
But it's not meant to be like the Captain Nemo of like the old novel.
No, but it seems like maybe he was trained by him or something.
He's given the name Nemo in captivity early on but maybe the person training him.
I think the person who gives him the name, and it's his name is Moro. And I'm like, is it possible that's old Nemo and he was in prison and he's I don't know. That's my thought.
That's
anyway,
like the Island of Dr. Moreau.
This agent for the Navy, her boss, like she's tracking this terrorist group. Her boss turns out to be working for them and is trying to have her assassinated. But Nemo smashes in and saves her from these mercs.
He's got like physical prowess. Like they mentioned, I think James Bond action as being part of this. Yep. But I think it's like Captain Nemo, who is traditionally like is meant to be what? Indian?
Yeah.
I think in there, although certainly been played by a number of white dudes over the Disney years. Even though, by the way, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, great movie. But he's like kind of like cool Indian James Bond / possibly sea captain.
Yeah. And he has a Nautilus, and the Nautilus has an AI called Ishmael.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's a different book.
It's a fun sci-fi book.
You can't put all that stuff.
You can absolutely do that.
No.
Yeah, Moby Dick and Nemo fit right together. They're all undersea.
I guess. So.
Also, Little Mermaid could show up.
Yeah, sure.
Sebastian the Crab is his sidekick.
And the Abyss is in it, too.
And that movie Underwater that Kristen Stewart was in.
Yep.
And Navy SEAL.
What about Kevin Costner's Waterworld?
Kevin Costner's Waterworld and Navy SEAls.
Yes.
I don't think those are all the undersea movies.
We named
right?
them all.
Yeah.
I think that's about like 7.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all the undersea movies.
If anybody can even think of a single other one, don't even bother.
I don't believe them
because we're not going to believe you.
Yeah, make up a movie, sure. Battle Beast, in addition to having a new issue this week, number 11, issues 1 through 9 are all back in new printing. So if you missed the single issues on any of those, there's new covers. And I think we all are enjoying this dumb, blood-soaked, violent book, right?
Yeah, which has like kind of some unexpected character dynamics. The unusual people who found themselves having to ally with, even if they're at odds with him.
Yep.
This guy who lives only for combat.
Well, the best thing is he really just wants to die.
Right.
He wants to find someone who's good enough at battle to kill him.
Yep.
And he may have met his match here with Conquest.
Yes, the Viltruvian.
Viltrumite.
Yes.
Yeah, he gets Viltrumite whooped on in this one.
This is an issue-long fight.
Yes.
It's smashing all through the planet. It really lets Ryan Otley show off.
Yeah, there's some sort of fun stuff in it, some interesting dynamics to the fight.
Yep.
I like the poor prince is just like, we were just getting shit back together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, basically there's people who for various reasons have had to ally with the Battle Beast, and that makes for some entertaining dark comedy.
Yep.
G.I. Joe number 24, the first issue before the big number 25 issue that's coming.
Yeah.
There are some big happenings in the tail end of this book.
Do we want to guess as to whether Snake Eyes might show up in that?
I don't think he's gonna.
I don't think so.
They are sure holding out on that.
I think they decided not to do him.
Based on the end of this, we know where it's going.
Not to do him. They've done Storm Shadow.
We'll see.
He'll be around.
Anyway, this is a lot of the Baroness and Destro fighting side by side, which is interesting for how they are in the other universe.
Right. They did in the current what do you call this? What do you call this? Energon Universe. Yeah. Baroness, while kind of like an amoral mercenary, was recruited by the G.I. Joe team early on, and so she's been with the Joes most of this time. And but she's working together with Destro. They're kind of getting along.
But this is
which I like.
I love how they introduced Crystal Ball.
They re-envision Crystal Ball as someone using Energon to make sort of almost Mysterio-like
it's like
constructs.
Hard light sort of constructs from people's fears.
They deepen the character of Risk.
Which I think is really good because I wasn't sure about him, but I actually really like the character.
Yeah, I liked it too.
They deepened Mercer.
Yep.
It's another fun issue.
This arc has really gotten me back into it.
And the last page, I'm like, well, shit.
Great last page reveal. I mean, Energon is a lot of that. We know we can't say anything, but there's another big reveal coming in the next issue of Masks. So they've always got surprises lined up.
The next issue of Masks, the next issue of Void Rivals.
Yeah, there's going to be some big news.
Yeah.
Absolute Green Arrow number 3 comes out this week.
Another great issue.
Another great issue. I think this might be my pick for the week. We're starting to get hints as to maybe who it is. It's starting to look like maybe my theory isn't so crazy, which also makes me think that is not the truth, and it's all a big fake out.
We get a crazy Roy Harper.
Yes, we do.
And
a big villain shows up.
Yeah, a big swerve at the end.
Yeah.
I was not expecting.
Yeah. Absolute Flash continues to be great. They're doing some Gorilla Grodd stuff. Flash takes on the Rogues that they've been mind controlled by Papa Grodd.
Okay.
So full-on Gorilla Grodd.
The Trickster helmet is
and the Trickster helmet's cool. Also, Trickster and Linda sort of bond over some weird stuff, which is kind of fun to watch.
That's fun.
I'm really enjoying the Absolute Flash. I think it's running it. It's got up to speed.
Okay. Right. You have to use metaphors.
Yes. Superman Unlimited wraps up the story of the young John Kent.
I missed that one too.
That was really good. It does some great stuff with modern day John Kent, with Damian, and a lot of sort of the what makes a hero kind of stuff. I think Dan Slott's really good at this kind of stuff. I'm really enjoying Superman Unlimited. Lobo number 5 is Lobo being bounty hunted by another bounty hunter.
Yep.
A couple of them, actually. And a couple people you might recognize as Marvel characters with the serial numbers filed off.
Yeah.
So Scotty Young and Jorge Corona having fun with that.
Yep.
Avengers Avengers Armageddon number 2. This is the story of Red Hulk versus the New Avengers.
Like some big stuff happens in this.
Some very big stuff. And also a smaller team gets utilized that I don't see very often.
Yeah, I was surprised, and I liked seeing them.
Yep.
Also, the art on this is really good.
It's pretty good, though.
Is it Paco Diaz?
I don't know.
No, it's Delio Diaz.
Oh, I don't know.
And Frank Alpizar. Yeah. I really like this art. It's really nice. Captain America has the second part of Hell's Angels, which is Cap and Dr. Doom in Hell.
They're sort of fomenting an insurrection with sort of...
You're also forgetting...
They're like sort of people who are, unrightfully detained in hell?
Or
damned souls who could be redeemed or something like that.
But also Red Skull's there, so,
Yeah, well, Mephisto has turned Red Skull out to go find and kill Captain America.
Which is a cool idea, honestly.
And he's alongside another sort of demon.
Yeah.
And he is kind of pitting them against each other, knowing that there's no way they're going to actually work together.
Right.
So he's the first one to bring him back gets a boon from, Mephisto.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. Cap has to wrestle with some interesting moral issues, when he's stuck in hell.
And some Doom history comes back. And
yeah. Fantastic Four has another one. These one-off issues that Ryan North is doing. It's big sci-fi mystery. Something happens that then raptures all the humans. And so the two alien kids who are things like adopted Kree and Skrull kids have to figure it all out.
Oh, that's kind of a fun idea.
It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. This definitely still feels like FF by way of Doctor Who, and I'm on board for it.
Yeah.
Inglorious X-Force. I don't know the last time I was 7 issues into an X-Force book and still enjoying it.
Yeah.
But I'm really enjoying this.
I think I told y'all I read this issue even though I'm probably 2 to 3 issues behind on it. I decided to just read it. And I found I was very approachable, and I was very impressed with what Tim Seeley's writing on this. There's very sort of thoughtful and sort of nuanced stuff. There's a meeting between Cable and Cyclops in this that's on one level kind of heartwarming in a way. They get along,
but there's some payoff.
There's levels to the meeting and other stuff going on.
I think all that stuff was great. I really liked the Domino interstitials.
Yeah, the Domino stuff was really fun. She's lost her memory and doesn't know she has luck powers.
Right, but she's being hunted by basically some racists dudes. And it is interesting to see what happens.
Her powers are interesting for them.
Also, I'll be honest, Quentin Quire, who came with Cyclops as kind of one of his sort of ace in the hole sort of thing.
Yep.
Him getting into it with a kind of a weird sort of verbal and intimidation thing with Archangel and
Akihiro,
a.k.a. Wolverine's son, was a fascinating scene.
Also, Miss Marvel gets to be cool in this issue.
Yeah, she does.
There's a lot going on in this.
It's
by the way, whoever was
book.
drawing Miss Marvel, or the whole issue, but did a really good job.
Yeah, this take on their new MLF is pretty interesting.
Yeah. This book is great. It's probably my favorite X book right now.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Kind of tend to agree.
Even though I am somewhat enjoying X-Men, which does have an issue this week. which has
it's a phone.
It has Magneto got his powers back through some like drug that they gave him, and Quentin Quire is front and center in this one too. They're doing their best to make me like Quentin Quire, and I'm almost there. They're doing some good work with him.
He's a little of the Damien stripe. He's an asshole.
Yeah, it's the same kind of vibe. Yep. Amazing Spider-Man Spider-Versity, number 4. I think we're all surprised how much we're enjoying this book, too.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep. This was vying with me for my favorite book of the week.
Yeah.
And like, it seems like it should be a kind of a light throwaway book. It's about sort of all the spider kids and stuff trying to train and learn together under the unusual tutelage of a reformed Norman Osborn and Spider-Woman. I like trying to keep him on the straight and narrow.
I like to put reformed in quotation marks because every once in a while things that Norman would do, he still does.
It is very similar to how Doc Ock was being Superior Spider-Man. Which is to say, he's using sort of villain-like guile to teach them. Yeah. But it's fun because we love our sort of messed up senseis, our twisted senseis, and that is basically the role he's filling. And they're not portraying anybody as stupid. Like, every single character in this is waiting for him to turn.
Yep.
And even he has said, be on your guard. And Spider-Woman is there to be on their guard. So instead, you're kind of getting this fun in-between thing where he's like, we'll do something, and they're like, Norman, I can't believe you did that. You almost got us killed or whatever. And he's like, I knew you weren't going to die. He's like, and you're so much better trained now. And it's fun.
And
it's fun.
Carnage.
Yeah. Carnage shows up in a very intriguing way in this. It kind of unpacks differently than usual, I feel like.
Yeah.
Agreed.
They're doing really interesting stuff with these characters.
Also, they all the characters sort of pair off in this. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, you two go and meditate. You two go and study this or that. And so you get to see some unusual pair-offs in it, which is fun.
Infernal Hulk number 9. This book, continues to move toward its Infernal Hulk throwing down with the entire Marvel Universe.
I liked this because of the Bruce Banner and Jericho drama.
Yep.
I thought that was really cool.
I thought so too. Like, he's clearly has done his research on these characters because there's references to stuff. They referenced a character from Hulk number 12, I think from the 60s.
Yeah.
That girl who was in this dream dimension or whatever. And am I correct? Are they basically trying to find a new Hulk body for Bruce to inhabit?
Yeah.
Which, like, what's his name? Who's the writer?
Philip Kennedy Johnson.
It looks like he looked to the lore and he's like, well, what could possibly fulfill that?
Well, I think that was some of his original run.
Some of his stuff? Okay.
Yeah, I think he utilizes some of the stuff that has come before that he wrote.
By the way, this is a small thing, but when they go into Jericho's, like, sanctum, which I don't know if this is Doctor Strange's or his own.
I think it's his own.
There's a ghost in there, and Bruce sees him, and he says, you've got ghosts on payroll now? And it's one of those weird things about the Hulk that I don't know when this was introduced, but the Hulk can see ghosts.
Oh.
And so I assume that's why Bruce could see him. I don't know if anybody else walking in would see him. But it used to be listed under, like, the powers and abilities of the Hulk in the Hotmu.
Wow, I'd forgotten that.
Yeah. I think probably it's something like Peter David or somebody did one time that just, his something weird about his gamma rays. He can just see ghosts.
I think that was a Bill Mantlo thing. I think it goes back further than that.
It could be, yeah. It could be a weird sort of, Bronze Age thing. I mean, but I was like, it's a deep cut, and I liked it.
I want the heroes to get a win in this because... Well, their Monster Hulk is very much...
He is portrayed... They're like, if he's going to be stopped, and they may, like, have it only, like, well, we held him off for a time, but there's going to be more to this story.
Is there a big event coming?
I think they're doing 4 one-shots where he faces off with various parts of the Marvel Universe.
Okay.
They're definitely portraying him as, like, a crossover-level threat, even though they haven't done it as a crossover yet. But I will say, like, there's victories within these issues, but it is kind of overall a bad guy's book.
Yeah.
And sometimes I like you, Nick. I would like some. I felt like this was actually one of the closer stories I've seen to it.
Yeah. I mean, it was Bruce being smart.
He was being smart. Jericho's being smart.
He might be taking advantage of Jericho a little bit, but
Jericho knew what he was getting into.
And then we have What If. The latest What If is what if Jessica Jones had gotten bit by the radioactive spider instead of Peter.
Yep. Would this just mean a swearing spider person?
It jumps ahead, and she apparently her career Spider Girl went as well as her career as Jewel did.
Yeah.
And she is now Jessica Jones. She works at Luke's bar. Okay. She's a bartender. She doesn't use her powers, and then something draws her back in. It is very much what if Jessica Jones was Spider-Man? Because she is not Spider-Man. She is Jessica Jones.
Fair enough.
Did I miss any single issues?
Yes, there are a couple.
Okay.
So we need to mention third issue of The Earth.
Right.
Chris Condon's Texas cryptid horror story.
Still really good.
I haven't read it yet, but it's on my to-do list.
Yeah, if you're liking it, you're going to like this issue.
See, I got Gail Simone's The Ring, #2. That's her boxing comic.
So when I was out on vacation, I guess the first issue of that had come out. I didn't realize that. So I read this thinking it was a #1.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh, this is really cool. I liked what Gail was doing because it was so out of character for her to write a boxing.
Apparently, it's accessible because you didn't know there was an
exactly.
That's impressive.
There were some cool characters, some cool drama. I really enjoyed it.
It's because everybody died at the end of the first issue.
Apparently so.
What is it? Dork, the breakout indie book from Brett Bean about a part dwarf, part orc.
Fun.
Is in there. Let's see. There's new X-Men. You might have mentioned that.
Yeah,
he did.
New Batwoman. Yep. Rob Liefeld's Badrock gets a miniseries.
Oh yeah, I missed Badrock.
And
I somehow missed Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Oh, that's a big one.
That's
a big one.
Reprinting the Free Comic Book Day issue with various new covers.
Yep, including one by Serena and one by Nick.
Yep. I will have either one or two done.
Okay, yeah, we have some custom covers you can buy that have Serena's has Prepotente.
Yep,
and it's great. It's really fun.
Mine has Carl, Donut, and Samantha,
and it also looks really good. Yep.
And did we do this one?
No.
Watson and Holmes. This, I haven't read it, but I believe basically it begins with the premise that Sherlock Holmes becomes a vampire.
Right.
And uses all of his knowledge to create like this undead criminal empire. Whereupon I believe that is in the past and it moves to the present.
Yeah.
Where I think maybe I don't know if it's an ancestor of, is it John Watson?
Is it a descendant, you mean?
I think so. I think it's
But he goes to a grave of his wife.
I don't know. They're on the phone in here.
Maybe he's an undead.
There's somebody dropping a cell phone.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it is not like in ye olden times.
Okay. All right.
But it is, I think, basically Sherlock as a villain and Watson struggling to keep up with this guy who's like in his own. He's like as bad as Moriarty is, he might be worse if he were a villain.
Yeah.
And he has vampire powers.
Yep. You know what would be interesting, though, would be to do a story where Moriarty, despite being a villain, is like, well, but I still don't want vampires to rule the thing. And Moriarty becomes the good guy.
Maybe that's a thing.
Maybe. I don't know. We didn't read it.
This cover is a little bit disturbing. It shows, how he usually plays the violin.
Yep.
He's playing the violin, but he's holding a woman instead, and he's the violin strings are cutting her throat.
So he can drink her blood.
Because he's like a vampire thing.
Yeah.
But it's a kind of disturbing cover. It's very well rendered.
It is. It's a good cover.
That's it.
We got a bunch of trades, as always. The Batman TMNT Deluxe hardcover. This is James Tynion doing, and Freddie Williams the third, I think.
I believe so.
Yep.
Yes.
It's a fun story, and they're getting a nice deluxe hardcover. If you like Dungeon Crawler Carl, we have the He Who Fights with Monsters novel. This is a series of what they call lit RPG novels.
Yep. This is
Are those generally stories about people being pulled into some kind of an RPG?
It's what in manga they call isekai.
Isekai. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a much beloved. It started as kind of on whatever website it was.
Webtoon?
No, it was actually one of the lit RPG websites. Literary Road, I want to say it was called. And it just grew popular, and they've done editions, but this is one of the deluxe edition of the first book.
When I was making this sign, I got the impression he's I don't know what kind of person he is, but it sounds like he has kind of powers in this fantasy world that he ends up in, like maybe some sort of magic powers.
Yeah.
But maybe there's something evil about them, and he has to sort of wrestle with morality and all that.
I mean, he is definitely a little bit over the top at times and melodrama. But
who's the dude? Is he a construction worker, a businessman? What's
he's a doofus.
Okay, so he is from the Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yeah.
Well, no, he lives in. It's written by an Australian author, Travis Devereaux, and he's an Australian guy. Who gets pulled into another kind of fantasy universe. And I will say the world itself is really well fleshed out, really methodical, how the magic system works and how everyone gets powers and how they're individualized. It's all really, really interesting stuff. And as the books go on, it gets more and more interesting. Like any RPG, you're going to get a cast of characters and it grows. It's interesting. It's an interestingly paced series, but I really enjoy it.
Okay. And He Who Fights with Monsters is, of course, a Nietzsche quote.
Yep. Right. Yep.
Should look to it that he himself does not become a monster, so I assume that's part of the thematics of it.
That is definitely part of it.
Yeah. We have K-Pop Demon Hunters Deluxe Coloring Book. Yep. Jeanette and I were looking at this earlier. It's actually really nice. Like the work is really detailed, but not so much that you can't color it. Oh, nice. It's a nice mix. The art is really good. The stage, like, it's a good coloring book. We got the Planetary Compendium, the recently passed John Cassaday. This was one of his big projects with Warren Ellis.
Yep.
TMNT Compendium Volume 2. This is issues 51 to 100 of the current run.
Okay.
Or maybe that's not right. Maybe it's not 50.
Well, I mean, it's a big chunk.
It's a big chunk of reading.
Yep. If you like turtles.
If you like turtles and ninjas or teenagers. And if you like all three, do I have a book for you? And then the Venom Black, White, and Blood Treasury editions, the oversized of those, which are always pretty cool to look at. All right, let's take a break, and then we're going to talk about some trailers. All right, we got 4 trailers, all very odd in their own way.
Yes.
The weirdest one, I think the weirdest one is Digger.
Yes.
Tom Cruise's new movie. Now, if you've gone to a movie in the past few weeks, you probably saw the original trailer for this, which did not show you at all what Digger was about.
Correct.
But did show you a loving trailer of everything Tom Cruise had ever done.
Right.
It was weird.
It was basically a remember why you like this
Remember
guy?
how much you like Tom Cruise? And then they're like, here's him playing a weird movie.
Yeah. I actually still don't know who he is in the movie, other than he seems to be is he like a wealthy politician?
He looks like he's like outsider kind of consultant type
kind of like maybe how Ross Perot was back in the day.
Ross Perot or Elon Musk, one of these guys.
Yeah. A guy with enough, like, probably like zillions of dollars and can like run in those circles. But he is a character in a way. I'm going to go ahead and say, if people remember the 1990s, as Ross Perot was, he was like a Texas billionaire.
I mean, it definitely read Elon Musk for me,
but he didn't talk like Elon Musk.
But he's a big old Texas oil man or something.
Yeah,
and the president's played by John Goodman, and he's definitely playing like a dumb old president. Yeah, not that we've ever seen like that.
Yeah, kind of like he just falls asleep.
He falls asleep in the middle of a thing. They're at war with Mother Nature over Greenland or something. It's weird.
There is some sort of environmental disaster that's going to happen. They mentioned toxic waste and stuff, but it's almost like they have to like nuke an iceberg.
Well, I feel like it. I mean, I might be reading this wrong, but I think Tom Cruise creates a problem, environmental issue.
It's clear that he's the source of it.
And then he is going to try to solve it and make it a thing to make him even a bigger deal.
Right.
However, that's not going to go correctly.
If you were to imagine, like, if he's like, oh, well, we can store all our toxic waste in the Antarctic, and they've been doing it for decades or something like that, and then it turns out it's going to cause some sort of major problem.
Yeah.
And like the iceberg is going to float out into the Atlantic and kill all sea life. It's got to be something like that. It's like something huge. And because throughout this thing, you see it intercut his crazy antics and him negotiating with people, berating people, being a wild, crazy maverick man.
A little what he did in
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder, yes, for sure.
This looks Dave, you said you compared it to Dr. Strangelove off mic. Right. I think that's about right.
And yeah, because you do see intercut through all of this character stuff is these bombers, stealth bombers, flying towards like the Arctic or Antarctic or whatever, and it looks like they're gonna blow the shit out of something, and nobody knows how it's gonna pay off. It's it could be one of those like, well, if it works, it'll save things. If it doesn't, it's the end of mankind.
Well, it's this is actually directed by the guy who did Birdman and Revenant.
And Morris Paros.
So he's a weird dude.
So he's an
indie guy.
This is definitely in line with the things that he's done before.
It seems like Tom Cruise, after having finished that last Mission Impossible, might have decided, I'm going to go back to the guy who
did Magnolia,
but also Rain Man and all those other things.
I think you were mentioning off mic that people forget that he's not just an action star. He did some weird
in like
stuff.
The 80s and 90s, it was not uncommon for him to get nominated for Academy Awards.
Yeah, it's true. Never won them, but
but I think he still wants his talent is very high.
Yeah, he is. He's a crazy man, but
he is also like somewhat invisible in this. He's got like old age makeup. Does he have like a gut?
Yes.
on him too.
Yep.
Kind of a beer gut. I can't tell if it's going to be eccentric and good or just eccentric and eccentric.
Yeah.
I think
it looks like he's given 110%.
Based on
no doubt about that.
The director's other movies, which have maybe not hit with me, but have hit with like the larger, especially with like critics. He's beloved,
right?
I thought Revenant was a little just bland for me, but at Morris Paris and a couple of his other ones, they're legit good movies. I never saw.
Who was in Revenant?
That was Leonardo DiCaprio.
I saw Birdman. I enjoyed Birdman.
Yeah,
I saw like a half of Birdman, and then I kind of like noped out. I was a little bored by it.
Well, this looks weird.
It looks very.
I don't
weird.
know if it's going to be good or not, but it does look weird. It got my attention.
Yeah, we'll have to see where it goes.
The next one is by Tony Gilroy, who did Andor, but also his movie was Michael Clayton.
Michael Clayton is the big one, and he did co-write Rogue One. And he also co-wrote wrote The Devil's Advocate.
Yes, he
did. That was like his first movie.
This movie's called Behemoth. It's just a teaser trailer.
And there's not much to go on.
But it's Pedro Pascal playing like a guy in an orchestra.
Yeah, he looks like he's like a violinist? Or
maybe.
He's not a cellist, violinist?
He's a cellist.
Okay, he's a cellist. And then I don't know what it is. Like, there's been some movies recently about this. What was that one, Tar, about? That was about a conductor?
It was. It was about a conductor that did some bad shit.
And what was the one that was, just real quick, what was the one where J.K. Simmons was like the drum...
Drumline.
Whiplash.
Yeah.
So the log line, he directs and writes this one, Tony Gilroy.
Okay.
Says, follows a musician from a family of musicians who returns to Los Angeles, a love letter to the music of the movies and the people who make it.
Music of the movies.
So I guess he's a guy who does movie music.
That's interesting because he looks like he's, just part of an orchestra.
Orchestras do movie music. That makes sense.
Composer.
Yeah.
No,
he's just in the orchestra.
The orchestra.
I guess so.
Especially if you have a family of...
Yeah.
I don't know. The trailer didn't do anything for me. Gilroy is a guy who, much as I loved Andor, can be boring to me. So,
but in what else? You haven't seen anything else?
I haven't seen anything else.
Okay, you should see Michael Clayton.
I guess.
You should. Michael Clayton has the most boring name for a movie that's actually very watchable.
Yeah, it's the incidental writing that Gilroy does, and his ability to sort of churn out these scenes that are just so dynamic and suspenseful.
Michael Clayton to watch kind of has like a Jonathan Grisham thriller kind of vibe. Like, what was that one had Tom Cruise?
John
Grisham.
Oh, The Firm.
Yeah, like just weirdly think of The Firm or something like that. But I felt like it kind of had some deeper themes, some better acting, and like some really strong scripting. But I mentioned The Firm because it was like that same watchability.
Yeah.
I have faith in him, but I will agree, there's not much to this trailer.
It's just a teaser.
They were playing some dramatic music, but I couldn't even say like, is he at war with his family? Is there a woman he loves he can't get? There's a woman in it, but I don't know what's happening with her. Is she a rival? Is she a lover? I don't know. So this is gonna have to wait and see, but Tony Gilroy is for sure a person I will watch for.
And I really enjoy Pedro Pascal, both on screen and off screen.
Yeah.
So
if this gets any kind of good reviews, I would probably see it.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be kind of
because I actually think back on stuff like in Michael Clayton all the time.
Yeah.
Some scenes that are just bone chilling in there, and also some scenes that are incredibly touching and like kind of very human. Two
more trailers, one from Netflix, one from Apple Plus.
Yep.
Both of them have kind of mixed records on movies, I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, Netflix just makes movies.
Yeah.
And some of them are very middle of the road.
I think most of Apple Plus's movies have been middle of the road. Even the ones I liked. Like, what's the one with the Russian sniper? And,
the Gorge. The Gorge.
Solid. I'll never watch it again. Like, they're all very forgettable for me. I don't think Apple's made a movie where I'm like, oh, such a good movie.
Yeah.
Netflix, I don't know if they have either.
I'm sure. No, I'm sure they've made a movie that I've liked.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Or Apple Plus.
I'm trying to think of a Netflix original movie that I was like,
just Google top 10 Netflix.
I guess, Netflix did
TV.
they're the ones that did Glass Onion.
Yeah.
That's true.
So they do have those. Anyway, Netflix's movie is called The Whisper Man. And it does seem to be, I thought at first it was going to be like an urban legend, but apparently it's like a serial killer.
Yeah.
Who,
although jailed like 30 years ago.
30 years ago played by
Robert De Niro.
His son, or maybe his son, Alex. Oh man,
actor.
What's the actor's name, Nick? Adam Scott.
Oh, Adam Scott. Yeah.
Adam Scott's son is kidnapped.
And it seems like it's the return of the, what do they call him? The Whisper Man.
Yep.
Which
it looks like he leaves creepy messages that are all whispery.
Yep. So interesting to note, Michael Keaton and Hamish Linklater are both in this. I assume one of them is the Whisper Man. Maybe they both are. Maybe Michael Keaton is the old one and Hamish Linklater is the new one. And I've just cracked it by using IMDb.
But also the secret is that Robert De Niro was the Whisper Man all along.
So. Or Michelle Monaghan is the Whisper Woman, but she calls herself the Whisper Man to throw people off.
Yeah, she's like the last person they would expect would be Whisper Woman.
Anyway, this is directed by James Ashcroft, whose most notable movie is Godzilla Kong: The New Empire.
So I seem to remember liking that movie on Godzilla merits.
It's solid.
This is I'm going to say a solid thriller trailer with slightly horror movie vibes, a little bit of Black Phone and stuff like that. But probably I didn't get the impression it's going to stand out as much as Black Phone.
It does not look to me like anything I'm super excited to watch.
De Niro is somewhat past his prime.
Yep.
I didn't see anything in this. Like, sometimes I see him and I feel like it's actually I feel like a little cringe, a little awkward about it all. Like, I'm like, oh, you need to retire, my man.
Yeah.
Because you were, like, literally probably the greatest actor of your generation.
Yeah, don't.
And I don't want to see the awkward, like seeing him on Saturday Night Live when he's, like, looking at the cue cards and shit.
Yeah.
It feels a little like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that this looked like that was necessarily the case, but I also don't know if he was going to do anything good. Nick, what were you saying?
No, I mean... the last thing De Niro did was the TV miniseries, sort of about basically the end of the United States by way of like an AI attack.
Oh, that was a miniseries?
Yeah, it was a miniseries.
Okay.
No, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I thought he did a great performance in it.
Okay, still
so
kicking?
I feel like he's still. I'm sure he's. Am I imagining he did another Analyze That movie?
He did do another one of those too. Yes.
So I mean, he's doing another Meet the Fockers.
Right, but they. Oh yeah, that's what they do.
That's what it is. I don't know. This is a mixed trailer for me, but I do kind of like the suspense. It feels very 2000s.
What's that dude's name? Adam Scott?
Adam Scott.
Yep.
What is he best known for? I've for sure seen him and stuff. I just suddenly can't.
Parks and Rec is the big thing he was in.
Okay.
But he was in Hokum.
Which I haven't seen yet.
The horror movie from the Oddity guy.
Oddity person. Okay.
Adam Scott is great.
Yeah, Adam Scott is legit good. He was on...
I guess this is kind of we need to kind of watch and hear what the reviews are coming out of it are, because it looks like it could be ho-hum or it could actually be good. Like there's nothing actually bad in the trailer and it's spooky and stuff like that, but it's also looked a little bit middle of the road.
Yeah. Like I said, it looks like it came out in the year 2000.
Right.
So, and that's not a bad thing.
Along with the era
Bone
of...
Collector.
Yeah, Meet the Girls.
Kiss the Girls.
Kiss the Girls. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's kind
when
of
Morgan Freeman was in half the serial killer movies.
Yes.
Yeah. So the last movie it's an Apple Plus movie. It's called Mayday. It stars Ryan Reynolds and Kenneth Branagh.
Yep, Kenneth Branagh.
It is clearly set in sort of mid-'80s during the Cold War.
Right.
Ryan Reynolds is he's flying the Blackbird. He's flying like an SR-71.
Oh, was it an SR-71? Okay.
And he has to eject. He winds up in Russia. And Kenneth Branagh is like an older Russian man who saves him.
Yep. Rescues him.
Who has a love of American culture.
And the two of them are going to try to get out of Russia.
Yeah.
It looks like a weird sort of comedy action movie.
Yeah, like a buddy comedy sort of thing.
The trailer does not do much for me, but the writers and directors...
It's John Francis Daly.
...are John Francis Daly and the other guy...
from the D&D
Jonathan
movie.
Goldstein. Not just the D&D movie. They also wrote...
Freaks and Geeks.
He was on Freaks and Geeks.
Yes.
But Spider-Man Homecoming was theirs.
Yep.
They also did... there's another notable thing that they're... They did Horrible Bosses 1 and 2.
Well, they also did Game Night, which is a...
Did they do Game Night? I don't see their names on
John
here.
Francis Daly, he wrote it.
Interesting, because I don't see it on here. I see Vacation Friends. I see Vacation, the reboot. I see Horrible Bosses 1 and 2. Incredible Wonderstone. I don't see him credited as Game Night. Interesting.
I mean, I know he did.
Is he just the director of it, maybe?
It looks like John Francis Daly wrote it, and then Goldstein directed it. Because
they're both listed as directors. The writer is Mark Perez. They did not write Game Night. They directed Game Night. That's why. Or at least according to IMDb.
Okay, yeah,
I don't know.
whatever.
At any rate, they've done they've done a bunch of stuff I don't like. The Horrible Bosses is just kind of okay. Vacation's Friends not for me. They apparently did the story for The Flash, although I think that's probably that's a lot of people's fault, really not theirs.
Yeah.
But they've done a lot of cool nerdy stuff, and Dungeons and Dragons is great. So I feel like I'm like, okay, maybe I want to see. Maybe this will work for me.
I mean, it looks like buddy cop movie. They're trying to recapture a little bit of that kind of genre.
Brandon likes to play Russians.
He does like to play Russians.
I like an 80s action comedy. There's not a lot of them like this, so...
No.
I am definitely in my no more Ryan Reynolds phase of life.
That's fair.
I'm just kind of done with him. What was it? A few years ago, or a year or so back, I did watch that musical he did. That's that Christmas musical.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what? That was pretty fun. But I think that was the last one that I allow in.
Dave, what put you off him? You went and saw Deadpool Wolverine.
Everything about him.
That was the last thing you did was Deadpool Wolverine in 2024.
As you know, I have not. Although I did go see that, I'm not the biggest fan.
I mean, you went and saw it, so
yeah, it's true.
I will not watch everything Ryan Reynolds is in, but I've watched most of it.
I am still...
He's kind of samey in all his things.
I'm still a Ryan Reynolds fan. I like Ryan Reynolds.
He doesn't make the best movies, but they're entertaining.
Red Notice, Free Guy, Bullet Train are all fun. Oh, he's only a guest star in Bullet Train, I guess.
Yeah, no.
That's right. It's Brad Pitt's the lead on that one, yeah.
And your love of Red Notice, I don't understand.
Oh, Red Notice is a terrible movie. It's awful. But it was a dumb, fun thing to watch in a hotel room on vacation.
Yeah, no.
Hotel room vacation is like a different sort of genre. Everything becomes a little more subjective. If you're having a good time and you watch a movie in that, it suddenly becomes a good movie.
I want to be clear here. I do not recommend Red Notice. Please don't watch Red Notice.
Randy's recommending it. Don't let him talk you out of it.
I like Free Guy. Free
Guy's fun.
Free Guy was fun. It's just a fun movie.
Yeah. And Deadman, as much as I hate Deadpool Wolverine's a legit good movie.
But as we've said, Apple movies are kind of hit and miss.
Very hit and miss.
I can't think of a...
I was going to look up what the various Apple...
F1 is considered...
Eesh.
I mean, it was fine.
I believe Apple TV, that F1 is a perfect Apple movie in that it looks very nice. And is completely forgettable.
Who was it I just saw? I feel like it was like Jodie Foster or something throwing the most shade I've ever seen.
Oh, she thought it was written by AI.
She said it felt like it was written by AI.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, man. I'm going to run down this list for you guys. You stop me when you hear a movie that's great.
This is Apple TV?
This is Apple TV. The Banker, Greyhound, Cherry, Come From Away, which is a musical, by the way. Luck, that's an animated one. Spirited, I think that's
the one.
We like that one. Okay,
I'm gonna allow it. It's a musical.
This is not all of them, by the way. Tetris, the biographical story of Tetris, the game.
That was okay.
Yeah, lots of okay. Killers of the Flower Moon, I believe that was their shot at Academy Awards.
Yep.
Argyle, the spy action comedy, which apparently was terrible.
Yeah. That's a Key and Peele thing, right?
No, Argyle was.
It's the one that was a stealth.
Matthew Vaughn directed.
There was a stealth entry in that series.
Yeah. Wolves. I know, Nick, you liked Wolves.
Did I like Wolves?
George Clooney, Brad Pitt playing.
Oh, it was dumb fun, but yeah.
Dumb fun. The Gorge, maybe the best movie they've done.
I mean, if you're talking about the best movies they've done, I think it actually won an Academy Award was Coda.
No, Coda, that's right.
And that was legit good.
The Family Plan by Mark Wahlberg.
Dear God, they've made 2 of those.
They made 2 of those. I'm just saying, the record of Apple movies is not great.
Yeah, there's just some definite kind of hit and miss.
They should stick to TV, where they've made a lot of really good TV.
That movie, Fountain of Youth and Ghosted.
Yeah, there's really... I don't think there's a legit great movie in there. Coda, maybe Academy Award bait, but I don't think it's that... I don't know.
It was good.
Would you rewatch it?
I probably would.
Okay,
it was good.
All right.
If I was imprisoned.
If I was on vacation and Red Notice 2 was not playing on my TV for some reason. Anyway,
on TV they have like Widow's Bay and
TV they're great.
Yeah,
movies. I don't hold out a lot of hope that Mayday is going to be the one that breaks the streak for
no.
them.
Yeah, but will it be entertaining?
Will Nick press play? Yes, he will.
Oh hell yes, I will.
Will Randy press play? Probably not. Will Dave press play? Definitely not.
Definitely not.
And then I'll recommend it, and you guys will watch it eventually.
No. I can't even get you guys to watch Dropout, so I've given up on recommending things.
I've watched bits of Dropout.
Uh-huh. You haven't watched enough because you haven't fallen in love with it.
They've shown up on TV shows that I watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I will watch a movie. I will not watch a comedic series.
Yeah. You will watch hours and hours of YouTube videos, though.
Yeah.
See, but Dropout is very much like that.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a little sketch comedy that's different every time. These are deep dive YouTube videos into movies and politics.
You will watch deep dives on YouTube. I will watch random TikToks for hours.
And I will watch random comedy sketches.
Watch random comedy sketches. We each have our thing.
But we all like Ryan George.
Yes, that's true. Nick is just so on him.
Yeah. All right. Never mind. There's no agreement to be found here, Rogue Town. All right. That'll do it for us this week. A reminder, no podcast next week. But in 2 weeks we'll be back. Yes. And until that time, yo, Joe.
Roguecast is a weekly podcast broadcast from Rogues Gallery Comics and Games in Round Rock, Texas. You can find us online on Facebook and at www.roguesgallerytx.com and email us comments or questions at roguesgallerytx@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.